Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we want to introduce ourselves.
I'm Regina as team leader. I'm Fadilla Bahri as labor officer.
I'm Maranatha Samosir as doctor.
I'm S.Pd Permatasari as a first nurse.
I'm Yuliza as second nurse.
I'm Saputri as patient.
I'm Krisdayanti, head of the room.
My name is Dian Apdal. Here I am acting as a pharmacy.
In the VIP room of the Raden Matahir Regional General Hospital, Jambi Province, there was a 35-year-old patient named Mrs. Mahfira who had just arrived from the emergency unit of the Raden Matahir Regional General Hospital with complaints of the shortness of the breath and oxygen awareness, compos mentis gasgul coma scale, A5 verbal sick, motoric sick. The emergency room nurse provided patient medical record data to the team leader of the room. After the nurse goes around the patient's room, there is a briefing in the nurse room.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, nurse.
Well, I will open our briefing this morning. Today we have one patient. This new patient came at 11 o'clock in the evening, named Mrs. Mahfira, from the emergency room with complaints of shortness of breath and cough, and had oxygen from the emergency room. I gave this medical record to the team leaders, namely Nurse Regina, then Nurse Regina who will look for team members.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Mrs. Indah. After I take a report and evaluation from my team member, from the action that had been given for 1 week in the from is giving oxygen and the nebulizer. And then for the next action plan, our team continue the action. Are there any extras from Mrs. Indah?
I think the nursing action of sufficient and the motoring continues. What about Nurse Regina? Who will be a member of her team?
Yeah, I chose the Nurse S.Pd and Nurse Yuliza because as member of my team, based on the experience Nurse S.Pd and Nurse Yuliza, who had worked in the pulmonary chamber. How are Nurse S.Pd and Nurse Yuliza willing?
Fine, we do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, before we leave the room and do our activities, let's use pray. Pray begins. Finish.
At the same time, in the team leader and the member gather in the nursing room to the plan and the distribute tasks. Okay, Nurse S.Pd and Nurse Yuliza, we are a team that treat Mrs. Mahfira and with complaint of breathlessness and cough that attack to oxygen, and this instruction from the emergency room doctor out the BTA examination. And then now I make a plan from the nursing plan. Please feel like contacting Dr. Lastri. Nurse S.Pd also called the doctor and told the client complaints.
Good morning, doc. There is a named client, Mrs. Mahira, from the emergency room with complaints of thickness and cough with oxygen. Instruction from the emergency room to do a BTA examination. Can the doctor check it?
Good morning, Nurse S.Pd. Well, I'm coming soon. Let's go, nurse.
Oh, let's go.
Arriving at the doctor's room, immediately examines the patient.
Okay, excuse me. Thank you, doctor. Okay. Nurse Sapti and Nurse Yuliza do laboratory examination for phlegm, examination, combination drug, therapy 1 ampoules, drug nebulizer, twice a day, and teach active cold action to help remove phlegm. I go to back room. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
After deranging the planning of the team leader and nurse safety to Mrs. Masfira's room.
Good morning, Mrs. Mafira.
Morning, nurse.
My introduction is head nurse who handle you. Okay, my name is Nurse Regina. And then this is my team, Nurse Septi and Nurse Yuliza. And this later afternoon, one of team members will look after mother. And this is nursing plan that we'll do for you. And then weeks to laboratory examination for sputum. And then administration medical via team. And do you agree? And is there anything you ask?
Yes, please do the best for me, sir.
Okay, we will do our best for your treatment. Now, nurse safety will collect your sputum for examination in laboratory. Please, nurse safety, I will first. Excuse me.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Miss Mahira, I will take out the sputum. The sputum will place in this place. Now, can you call please, Miss Mahira?
Nurse safety took Mrs. Mahira's how to cold effective. Then Mrs. Mahira straight to cold and the spit out sputum, but the sputum could not be removed.
Mrs. Mahira, it's difficult to take out the sputum. How about if you drink warm water first?
Yes, nurse.
Because the sputum is very thick, so it's difficult to remove. I pour the warm water, yes, ma'am. Then you should to cough again. Yes?
Mrs. Mahira always tried to cough but was still unable to expel her sputum.
Continue your drinking warm water. I will contact my team leader to ask what about the next action.
Yes,
Excuse me.
Yes, thank you, nurse.
Safety is looking for her team leader to discuss the next plan of action to be taken for Mrs. Mahira.
Excuse me, sis.
Yes.
I want to report about Mrs. Mahira action and I taken in this morning and response Mrs. Mahira. Look, ma'am, a patient who has the name Mrs. Mahira cannot to take out the sputum for inspection of BPA. I have recommended drinking warm water. How about for the next action? Is it necessary to do a nebulizer?
According to Dr. Interaction, Mrs. Mahira received 1 ampoule of combination drug therapy through a nebulizer 2 times a day for the morning. We did it 9 o'clock. Please prepare the tools and drug for the later administration 9 o'clock. And then try again to remove the sputum. Okay?
Then Nurse Yuliza went to the pharmacy to get a prescription.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, how can I help you?
I'm going to take medicine.
Oh, wait a minute, I check it first.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry, is this prescription for a patient with name M?
Yes, sir. This medicine for Mrs. Masfira.
Okay, first I want to explain the medication in this prescription. This medication combined to relieve and prevent symptoms from combination. Thinning, which is caused by asthma. Then using it as usual, you can use the nebulizer to vaporize the combustion fluid, then it will be inhaled by the patient through the mask or mouth which fit to the mouth.
Well, thank you in advance, sir, for the explanation. Excuse me to go now, sir.
Nurse Saputri gave a confident talk a nebulizer to Mrs. Mahira, and they tried again to take Mrs. Mahira's sputum sample, and the sample successfully taken and brought to the laboratory for examination.
Excuse me, sis.
Yes, sis. Please call me anything I can help. I want to check the sputum of the Miss Mahira patient from the VIP room of the Rafflesia. Okay, I will check first. This is in the neck of Mrs. Mahira, 35 years from the VIP room of Rafflesia, right? Okay, sis. Tomorrow morning the result can be taken. Yes. Thank you, sis.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, nurse.
Well, now I will open our briefing session this afternoon to discuss to the continuous of the action to be taken and the development of our patient. I invite the team leader to explain. Well, I would like to invite the team to start first.
Okay, my team is treating Mrs. Pira, who is suffering from suspect tuberculosis, and the action we have taken to do sputum check was not successful before being given the nebulizer, and then we teach patient how to choke effective, and then recommended drinking warm water, and maybe this is all I can say.
Okay, good. Thank you for submitting the report of each team. From the plans that have been made, the team here I read there are still problems that have not been resolved. I hope team to continue and optimize the action plan that has been made. Team, okay.
You said our love never dies, baby. Now I can see through your lies. Promise over hard cold as ice, baby. Still I believe.